Hello and welcome to another one of my films. Today I am on Bab Silsila Street, which is next to what's called the Chain Gate, and I am staying in the Chain Gate hostel. So that's the Temple Mount over there, and what I'm going to do today is to do a walk around the city of Jerusalem. I've just had one, thank you. I've kindly been offered a drink there, but I've literally just had one. So is this going to be tranquil and serene? Absolutely not. This is a city, particularly the old one. I'm in the Muslim quarter, unlike any other. So here we go. I've been here 3 days now, by the way, so I'm starting to get my bearings. So we're just going to go up to the Jaffa Gate, which is into the Christian quarter, and then we're going to start from there. These are here on the steps just to actually help people with carts to actually get up the steps. There's a guitar shop just around the corner here. The first night I came here actually, and the last time, all this was shut. It's a completely different world in the day. The smells are fantastic too down here, although I did have one of the local coffees and I'm not sure whether you meant to drink it or smoke it. So, this is the Jaffa Gate. They're all generally dog-legged, these bigger gates, and it is the main gateway into the old city for cars. Just be wary, the driving's quite something. But the city walls as we see them now date from Suleiman the Great or the Magnificent, depending on what you read, from the 16th century. So I'm going to do something a bit different because there's a lot just outside the walls. But like I say, it's not going to be a calm film. Not what you think, is it? So compared to the stones that hopefully I'll be able to show you from the Herodian period, these ones have been much later, also much smaller. And just looking down here is actually where they quarried a lot of those stones. Just here at the new gate, there's 7 on a practical basis that are used regularly to get in and out the old city. Now this is new from when I was here last time, nearly 25 years ago, a light rail system. It's a lovely part of this, just going down towards the Damascus Gate. Now, I've been offered tours galore, particularly going down to the Damascus Gate, and it's funny, one of the guys says, "Oh, you want to go to the Damascus Gate?" and he went left, which was completely the opposite direction as to where I've been. If you are looking for tours, look around the Jaffa Gate, and generally that's where they seem to emanate from. You can buy a lot of different things around here. Came looking for milk yesterday. Here we go, towards the Damascus Gate. You can just hear the chaos. This is a souk to behold. We're just going to pop into the top. I'm just going to show you that bit. You've also got to watch out for 3-wheeled vehicles that just come at you from nowhere. Just get in the corner here. So, right, I've just climbed up here because I've suddenly noticed these huge blocks of stone, and you compare them to the others, I think they're Herodian stones, and I'm about actually just to approach Herods Gate. Wow. So this is Herods Gate. So now we're going to go around to the right to the Kidron Valley. Right, not the best entrance, but we're going to take a right here through the Fire Cemetery. Keep going now along the wall. Pretty certain, in effect, we're kind of going south. That was nearly the first 3 seconds of calm then. The graveyard here, and just on the Mount of Olives over there, which we'll see a bit closer later, is here for the reason that come end of days, this is where everything's going to happen. So hence being buried as close as you can was of a great priority. The Hebrew University just there, and then we're just looking down over the Kidron Valley. Right, so just coming out to, that should be Lions Gate, and I'm just going to go down here and take a right. Now, I did this bit of road yesterday and it was absolutely mad. Just crossed that doing my Liam Gallagher. Hey, nice one mate, sweet. By the way, you will get beat a lot by taxis and they're just asking if you want a ride. It's not that they know you or something. Hey mate. Seriously, first dogs I've seen in Jerusalem. The best way of explaining things here is if you just pause on this and just give that a read. It will explain a lot. Now here's another key point in the whole sort of end of days story. Golden Gate, which is up there in the middle. We'll get around to get a bit closer. So this is very, very hallowed ground for a lot of people. This situation is just beyond words. I'm sat here on the Mount of Olives, and like I said at the start of this film, what I can't overemphasise is you will not get the tranquility that you hope for, but it is a living, breathing city, and you've just got to use your imagination a little bit. This is the Church of Mary Magdalene. It's only open a couple of hours, a couple of days a week, so very difficult to physically actually get within the building. But I'm just going to take a left now. Right, this is the second attempt to try and do this. Just entering the Garden of Gethsemane. This is the place where Jesus is said to have prayed before his betrayal and arrest. There are actually olive trees here that they've done DNA tests on that do possibly link them back to a period of time when Jesus was said to have lived. I think a lot of people might want that for my entire YouTube channel. No, okay. Mary Magdalene Church is open, so I'm obviously just going to film inside. Okay, so everyone's talking, so I will too. 1885, this church dates from, and there is a link to the Russian Tsar. It is a very beautiful sanctuary here, but you will absolutely struggle to try and find peace. Just to the right of Gethsemane is the Dominus Flevit Church, the Lord Wept. What an amazing little church. It was well worth coming here. That was quite a climb. Mount of Olives is over 800 metres high, just to give you a yardstick, so we are very high up as it is. Now here the view out of the window is something to behold. Oh my gosh, you ready for this? This just sums up Jerusalem. That's quite profound. That was, I think, the viewpoint that you can get. There's also some toilets here for 2 shekels. So anyway, back down and over to the city walls again. Right, it's now open, but this is a tomb of the Virgin Mary, which is believed to be where the disciples entombed Mary. And it's also one, I'm told, of the most mystical and holy places in Jerusalem. So let's go in and have a look. Just in here. So inside there originally it was 1st century, most of that dates from the Byzantine era, but just down here is alleged where Judas betrayed Jesus, and that's quite a moment in the whole story of faith, isn't it? I got a shot yesterday evening around the corner for this next bit, so I hope you enjoy it. Two seconds of silence. You learn to cherish it here. Well, that's the shot I really wanted. That's super. Now up there is the Golden Gate. And the idea in the Jewish faith is that the Messiah will reappear into Jerusalem through those gates, but the Muslims sealed them. Next stop in about 15 minutes will be the Dung Gate. Here we go, through Dung Gate. We'll get searched in a moment. Well, barely touched the surface, but thank you very much for coming with me on this amazing tour of Jerusalem. It is a place that will absolutely blow your mind.